Hey everybody, we've got them back. Stalks are back, now easier than ever. Tesstudio just sent me this combination Stalk mini screen, and so far, I love it, all right? I'm absolutely loving having the Stalks back. Oh my God. I'll get into that in a second. Also on this side, we can change gears here, reverse drive. We can go back in the park with this. We'll get into everything. We've got our mini screen that tells us, you know, you can see what it's telling us right here. This changes to speed once we get rolling. Install has been simplified. No longer have to remove the steering wheel. Just replace this panel here. We'll go through the whole thing. Not so bad. Use my discount code. The link is below. Tesla Mark. It will save you the most amount of money, and it works in all the best places. I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing, show the Stalks and the screen a little bit closer. Then we do a full install, and I tell you, the install instructions that they sent me, I don't understand how anybody here, maybe in China the car's a little bit different, but you're going to want to follow my install here in the US. They want you to run the cable up above the dash from the steering wheel, and that is like way more difficult than the way that I show in this video. So this is the video, okay, for the install. All kinds of tips and tricks on there. But before that, we're going to go through this little review. I'm going to tell you everything that it's got, and then we go on a drive, show you how it works. And I'm going to tell you a couple things that I think Tesstudio should have added to these Stalks. Only for Model 3 Highland and Model Y Juniper. As always, please like and subscribe. All right, so I can't believe how controversial this thing has become, buttons versus Stalk. I mean, it's crazy. Try to put up on any Facebook, Instagram, anywhere, tell people that you love the buttons or you hate the buttons or you want the Stalks back, and see what happens, all right? It's a flood of people saying, oh my God, I can't believe you can't get used to the buttons. What is wrong with you? It took me 5 seconds and I've never had a problem ever with the buttons. You guys are morons, all right? People get like upset that other people don't like the buttons. I mean, I don't know, I've kind of never seen anything like this. Because nobody's ever done this before, that could be why. Look, I don't like the buttons, all right? I tried to get used to them. I rented a Tesla Plaid last year with the buttons, but anyway, at the time I had my Stalks, and I'm trying to use these buttons, and I'm telling you, I thought it was just me at first, but there were times where I'm pushing on those buttons and they just didn't work. They weren't doing, like, I couldn't get the turn signal on them. Yeah, I kind of got used to the, you know, left, right, up, the, you know, top, bottom buttons. Okay, you kind of get used to that. But the buttons are capacitive and physical push, right? So it's weird. If you happen to have your hand, like, fingers or anything touching near the pad, it like times them out, and then you can't use them. Or if you were a little bit off in where you're touching the buttons, and like it wouldn't go, well then guess what, it also times out, and then you hitting the center of the button and it doesn't work. So for me, it was just really frustrating. When I was in the kind of the middle of turning anywhere and I did need to use the turn signal buttons, man, it just added a whole other layer. And too many times I'm looking down to where to be pushing buttons. I'm in the middle of some kind of turn or something when you really need to be focusing on the road, looking out, not down at your steering wheel. So it just was really frustrating. And then look, I'm going to admit, every now and then I'm on the highway and my hand's in a different spot. I just kind of reach over thinking I'm doing a left or right turn signal, you know, signal, change lanes. And then I'm like, why didn't it cancel? And I look down and I hit the wrong button. So now I look like an even bigger moron than normal. Again, we don't have a lot of roundabouts here at all in the United States, but you know, in Europe, they're everywhere. And when you're in the middle of turning, you got your wheel all over the place. You don't know where those buttons are, but you know where the Stalk is because it's always in the same place. So for all the button people out there, if the buttons are so great, why did Tesla decide to put the turn signal Stalk back in on the Juniper, right? Juniper comes out, I look over, there's a turn signal Stalk. And guess what? Model 3, guess what's coming back? Turn signal Stalk is coming back in the Model 3 Highland. From what I remember, I think they're going to charge for that though. And if you've already got like a Model 3 Highland and you want to go into the dealer, you're going to be able to go in. If I remember correctly, they wanted to charge over $300 for that. And I'm telling you right now, these are way less money. And it comes with this little screen. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got here. Pretty cool. They are back. Stalks are back. All right, right off the bat, let's just kind of feel these out. You know, it's complaining I don't have the brake pressed, but, you know, turn signals. This is really what I'm looking for. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that's nice. The good old stalk back. Oh. So they do this thing where to cancel it, you don't go up, because as soon as you go up or down, it just does, you know, left and right. To cancel it, you got to go down again. You know, okay. I don't remember my old Stalks doing that, but maybe they did. I just forgot. I don't know. All right, so I'm noticing, like, if you lift up, I don't feel it, like, in the Stalk. The Stalk feels good, feels fine. I can see it, like, slightly moving the screen, you know, a little bit. I'm not sure even if that's like showing up much in the camera, but it's not like I feel it in the Stalk. Same thing over here. All right, feels good. So let's take this out for a drive. So I've got the brake pressed, up for reverse, down for drive. And if you want park, you hold it down and you've got park. You know, so is this like 100% necessary over here, this right Stalk to change gears? You know, I don't know. You've got right there, you know, your swipe action, although the swipe action just kind of, it's just weird. It's strange. It seems weird to take your hand off here. You know, I'm used to doing it here with I had a 2018 with Stalks, and I was used to doing it here. I would like to have the button here maybe for park. Although, you know, a lot of times I don't hit anything for park. I don't touch the screen. I don't do anything for park. The car's stopped. I just open the door and the car goes into park. So is that really like necessary? No, really that button's not necessary. So here's what I would have liked to see. The Stalks, you know, obviously they remove these two buttons, and yeah, these two buttons still work. What would have been great is this, like the bright. If you were able to pull this back, because remember, that's what we were used to. You pull this back and you get brights. That would have been fantastic. I was really hoping for that, but no. And then, you know, also over here, if we're going to put this in for park reverse neutral drive, let's put some wiper action on there. I don't know, you know, why not? Right now, those are probably the only two downsides I see, is that they could have added more features to it. Otherwise, yeah, I like it. All right, let's take it for a drive though and see what happens. Okay, we're in reverse. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh man, oh, I'm loving this. Oh. Oh my God. You know, there's nothing mechanical about the Stalks anymore, how the turn signals work, I should say. It's just you know, an electrical signal to turn them on and off. So it's, you know, when you change lanes, when you take a corner, as soon as you're done with the corner, you know, the car knows it, the Tesla knows it, and just turns the turn signal off. So the Stalk is doing nothing but basically replicating that button, what that button does. I'm taking a curve here. Normally I wouldn't use a turn signal, but now it's just like so much easier to do. I'm just going to use a turn signal on a curve. Yeah, unfortunate. Oh no! Oh, it canceled it. Wow, look at that, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to use my signal so much more. Oh, lane change. Yeah, turn signal. Going back. Yeah, turn signal. You know, and what I'm learning here after using these signals here multiple times is that, you know, at first I was kind of pressing them harder than they needed to be pressed. You know, obviously they don't need to be pressed hard. It's just like a little lever thing here. I love this already. Oh, geez. It's just like right there, right there. To me, it's just like so much better. I don't know. All right, let's change the settings here because, you know, America. All right, so we hold the right scroll wheel to the left, 3 seconds, and now we are in the menu. So let's push down, change that to 12 hour, scroll down to the next one, push in, get miles, push in Fahrenheit. Okay, and then to exit, I think I do this again to get out. All right, so check this out. I'm trying not to get too much reflection in here, but you can see what we've got. Battery charge level, although it's showing miles instead of percent. You know what, that might be okay, because I've got percent here, so now I've got both. You know, I can look down here, see miles, and then look up there to see percent. You know, time, temp, date, park, reverse, neutral, drive. I think it does the lights. If you've got your brights on, you've got your odometer. Also, yeah, we can see it changed to speed instead of park, reverse, neutral, drive. Cool. Now, instead of like looking over here to see the speed, it's just kind of right in your eye line. That is nice. Yeah, the display is small, but look, it's pretty sharp. Actually, it's very sharp. It's a pretty sunny day, and it's definitely bright enough. Yeah, looks good. Nice mini display. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, all right, fish line, nice, good to have. Oh yeah, Stalks are back. Sweet. Okay. Feels good, feels good. They look fine. You know, this is pretty much matching every other kind of plastic finish that we've got on the steering column and wheel. This is our little screen here, which just does the basics, as you know, I'm sure you know already. All right, and then we got a plug coming out of the back, and this is for the Highland 3. It also works for the Juniper. Ah, nice electric tape for the fish line. Pry bar, gotta have one of those. And then we got the standard power signal cord. And oh, I thought it was 2 pieces, but it's not. All right, so yeah, this works for Highland and looks like 2 different processors. Yeah, this works for a couple different processors, couple different cars, so that's why we've got all of these. But we're really just going to be using this and 1 set of these, and then this is going to plug back in here. So this is going to go all the way from you know, the screen to the footwell on the passenger side. So all right, let's get this sucker on the car. Can't wait. This is a little bit weird. Like, it's easier to kind of squeeze the bottom, and then you can get your fingernails and under there. On the other side, I squeezed the bottom and kind of pushed this in a spot that opened up and pushed it up. It's kind of a weird thing. There is no adhesive on this. This just pulls right up. Yeah, these are from Yeslac. Oh, should take this off first. Normally there's a push pin in there. Take that out. This just comes out. Now, normally without this Bluetooth thing, you would plug right into here, but you know, like a lot of these accessories, they give you another pass-through, so we can just add on to there. Same thing, you would use this for power, but since I've got an accessory, we're going to use this one here for power, and there's a pass-through, and this is for something else on the car, so we want to plug that back in. So let's do that. Okay, plug in here. Yeah, so this is a little confusing because this says like Model Y Highland, MY Highland. Highland is generally Model 3 Highland, so I thought maybe this was Model Y and Highland, but this is not correct. It will fit in here, all right, which is a little deceiving because you could try to like put this in there. You can maybe tell that it's a little bit too small, and if you do mash that in there, you're going to mess up some of the pins. There are 5 pins across there, and this is only for 4. I've got a Model 3 Highland. It's actually a Performance Model 3 2024, and I'm using this AMD power plug here, and I would count the plugs, You know, there's 5 plugs here, there's 5 pins here across, 10 total. So I would use it that way, figure it out that way. And this one like fits real snug. And then we plug this back in, the pass-through. All right, and what I like to do when putting any of these screens in my car, really any of these things, is before I start running these cords underneath the dash and that, I plug it in to make sure that it works. So boom, check that out. Oh, pretty slick. And next, once we get it in, we'll figure out how to change everything. But I gotta say that display looks pretty sharp. Nice. Okay, it works. So let's get back to doing the install. All right, to get the cable now to run from here all the way to there, they tell you to take the dash off, but I don't really see that that's the easiest option, because to go from here to where they're saying in the center, that's not like a small run. I don't know how to run it through there, you know, without like a super secret ops fish line. So I'm gonna go under here and maybe through there. So here, all right, to get through here, we just pull this panel off. And I broke mine before, so that's why it's a little bit like this, you know. So don't get too rough with this thing. So there are a couple different ways to go. We could go like up through there or down through here. This is a super easy path. So let me see which way I am going to run this cable. Most likely down here. All right, so I pulled, this is the driver's side, obviously. Pulled it off. I had to kind of get under there, like under here, like with this hook, and basically pull it out. It's a pain with the pedals here, so I got it out, I think, far enough. And I'm gonna run the fish line through there. Yeah, I didn't even have to run the fish line. You just, you could almost reach your hand all the way through there. So anyway, we've got this through. And now I'm going to tuck the cord, the remaining cord, like up in there. All right, push this panel back in, and there's still like, you know, it's not super tight, so I've got some slack to pull the cord, and basically there's a lot of room in here for now. This panel pops down real easy. Just going to pull it down a little bit, tuck this cord up here. All right, so in order to get the cable run up here, what I did was run this fish line right next to this existing cable here that runs to the steering wheel, and I was able to fish it down to that spot right there. So now I'm going to tie the end of this cable to there and pull it through. All right, let's take this off the fish line here and then plug it in. All right, let's plug the screen in, and then I'm going to pull some of the slack from down there out of here. We could probably get away with just tucking it all in here, but I don't want to stuff too much in here. I don't want to interfere with the steering wheel moving, you know, front and back. Okay, this is basically made just like that panel that we took out, so it actually clips in way easier than it comes out. Same thing on this side. Okay, wow. Oh, all right, let's clean a little cabling up and then we'll take a look at this. All right, let's get this back in. Okay, so these have a couple of tabs that fit into slots right in there, so just pay attention to that. Make sure all of these are lined up. Push pin back in there. Head down. Put this back in. Ooh, that back in yet. This guy, just kind of look and see what we got going on there. We got to focus on this one. And then line these tabs up.